All right, the DNVR Avs podcast brings in a special guest. Avs fans, of course, know him, and I'm not just talking about Eric Lacroix, but these two are very good friends. Rob Blake, obviously former Colorado Avalanche, current general manager for Los Angeles Kings. We are here in your home right now, by the way. Thank you for the hospitality. But, man, tell me just, let's start with this rookie face-off. What does it mean for teams, for general managers? I mean, you're looking, but what are you really looking for out of these guys, Blake?
Yeah, there's a few prospects that you'll obviously key on, and you want to see first foremost when they're first drafted. Okay, how are they going to react?
Yeah.
And we've got a first and second rounder from last year's draft here, so they're bright-eyed and into it. But you also look at the progression. We've had a couple draft picks now into the third year, and you watch their progression against their peers.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. You get a little bit more time with them through the summertime here. So you look at some different things.
Yeah, checking boxes.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to be back. It's great to see.
Yeah.
When we were playing, like guys like Peter Miller, our equipment guys, and all that kind of stuff. So I love coming back here and.
It's the camaraderie of hockey. It's camaraderie.
Yes,
yeah.
I got to ask you a question, though. Well, I got two questions, but I'll start with the first one. Is what is wrong with that 2001 team that you guys won with? Because we always talk about Avalanche 1.0, which you were part of. Then you got Chris Drury, your former roommate. You got yourself. We'll keep Joe Sakic as a GM right now, not as a president. You got three guys right now. There's 32 guys in the NHL that have that job in the world, and then you got three guys from that team. Like, what was in the water there that time?
Well, Patty's coaching, and, in the league. That's a special group, obviously, and I think your dad, what he's able to put together. But I think all of us learned so many things different there. So we go our different paths after that, but a lot of us stay in hockey, and we can bring a lot of those elements that we were taught and learned with the time with the Avs.
I think that's the special thing. We talk about this all the time about hockey. I obviously never played in the NHL, but I've been around it long enough and know enough guys. We all know a lot of the same people. You find the right ones, the special ones, and I think those, when you look at a team like you guys, when you guys won the Cup, and then obviously the runs that the Kings had in 12 and 14, special guys, special groups, and you got a couple great players athletically, but then you have the personalities and the gel, and that's kind of, is that what you're looking for when you're putting a team together? Obviously, you want skill and talent, but you're looking at a million other factors.
Well, there's so much to going into a team, and we talked once on when you mentioned Joe's name, and you talk about the Kings in 12 and 14. We'll go right to our captain and Anze Kopitar. There are so many similarities. When I'm around both of them, so I'm around Joe when he played, and I'm around Kopi when he played, but also now as I'm older here. But just the similarities in the way the professionalisms they bring every day, and so when you can start your foundation with players like that, then the guys that come into the locker room, the ones you bring from other teams, and that they have to follow suit. Yeah. So we're fortunate to have special players like that.
Set the tone.
Yeah, and I know you enjoyed your years in Denver, and then our audience always wants to know about guys like yourself. What was it like to be in Denver in those awesome years? And now they have awesome years, as you know, with McKinnon, Makar, and all that stuff. We call that Avalanche 2.0. But I know your family enjoyed it very much, and tell us a little bit where the kids are at, and obviously they were in Denver for so many years, so they I'm sure Denver is a special place for them.
Yeah. Well, I remember though when I was in LA before going to Denver, and we'd go in there near the end of the season, and we'd have to play the Avalanche, and you'd see their roster: Forsberg, Sakic, Bork at that time, Foote, and Drury, Hayduk, and so we'd be sitting there watching. So and then to get involved in it, but also at that time in my career, it was a little bit later in the career, but married, settled down, and started to have kids, and Denver is a special place in that aspect. Having the kids around the rink, Bob Hartley right on through the coaches, Joel and Tony there. Everybody always had kids around the rink, and made it a real nice family atmosphere in that aspect.
If you had to pick a moment from your time with the Avs, and I'm sure you have a ton of them, and it may be an off the wall one, but what is a defining memory for you that kind of pops up now and then, or puts a smile on your face, or just sort of brings something back for you?
Yeah, I mean the one player that I think had that. I guess that relationship with many players was Ray Bork, and for me to come in, watching him go through his Boston days. Went to Colorado, had some success in the playoffs that first year. Then I joined him after that. But when you're around him or Patrick or Joe or Peter or these guys, they just have lasting impressions. So we stay in touch, but we really don't on a day-to-day basis. But with the hockey world, we'll go into Boston, we'll run into Ray, and you're automatically back to sitting on the plane or after a game, sitting around talking. That's the feeling these guys bring you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, listen, hockey legend and Denver Hall of Fame career, but more importantly, and trust me, I mean it, like Hall of Fame person right there. And thanks for joining us. It's always a pleasure to be around you. And again, like you said, thanks for the hospitality this weekend. It's been awesome.
Well, we used to have deliveries from your parents. Remember when we lived together? Was it once a month? Yes.
Yeah, my favorite month.
I don't know. Like I don't think I'd allow the players to have those. They were filled with cream, right?
Well, remember that? Yeah, that's my favorite muffin.
But every once in a while, once a month, there would be a package delivered to our house.
The generosity of the LaCroix. Coco's been cooking. I've had a couple Coco meals in the last few weeks.
That and then the hot rock, cooking on the hot rock.
Oh yeah, the raclette.
Yeah,
buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, a couple staples from the LaCroix. When we spent our time together.
Yeah. My favorite part about hockey is the bond and the family and the camaraderie, and it's fun seeing you two together all the time. I mean, I knew you separately, and then obviously together, and we have a lot of the same friends, and it's cool. I always love it when you two are together because the laughs and the stories, and you both end up getting these big grins on your faces, and it means a lot. So
well, we had good times. It was good ages too to be around here.
Yeah.
I always tell people, just to finish it off, I always tell people, like, I didn't know anyone. I got traded here, and there was the lockout, and I came in here, and Barry Melrose picked me up at the airport, and then I went to my first practice, and then after the practice, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go, and then he's looking at me, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. You told me. Like, where do I go? Which hotel do I go to? No, you're going to Blakey's house. And I'm like, I am? Yeah. And I go see Blakey, and I'm like, I'm going to your house. He goes, you are? All right. Well, why not? I get in the car. And I was like, all right, that's great. Yeah. That's the type of person he is. So.
I love it. Well, thanks for turning him into such a great guy and for all that you do for hockey. And congratulations on all the success, and good luck with the upcoming season as well.
All right, guys.
Rob Blake, absolute legend of a guy, legend of a hockey person, and bigger so, legend of a human.